It's Lovely Literary. I'm here with my 2019 bullet journal set up. I got a new journal this year. Last year I used the original Leuchtturm 1917 in the black that I got from bulletjournal.com. This journal is a Scribbles That Matter. It is also still the A5 dotted. It looks exactly the same on the inside as the Leuchtturm. The only difference is that these pages are a little bit thicker. So with my old journal, the Leuchtturm, I could put things underneath if I wanted to trace. These pages are a little bit too thick.
So now I actually have to draw stuff.
This journal belongs to me. Started January 2019. It's a Scribbles That Matter A5 dotted journal. Inside has my key. I don't really use a key specifically. I only have maybe a handful of pages for every month, so that's not gonna, I don't necessarily use it for actual journaling and scheduling. Most of that stuff is done at work, so I don't keep it here. There is several pages of index here, and then I included a grid spacing sheet. I got this specifically from Amanda Rach Lee. Love her. Basically, I just copied her grid spacing sheet so that if ever I did want to start doing weeklies or dailies or anything like that, I have the spacing if I want to divide the page up into quarters, thirds, halves, etc. 2019, tried to do a cool font. It kind of worked. The 1 looks really nice and the 2 looks better than my normal 2s. 2 out of 4 numbers, not bad. And then I wanted to include a few quotations. This one says, "Don't live the same year 75 times and call it a life." I tried to do a few things different with my block lettering this time because that's one of my goals for this year. You'll see that a little bit later on my goals page. I want to improve my handwriting this year. My word of 2019 is refresh. Kind of the theme of resetting, renewing, releasing all the things that happened last year and embracing the new year, starting fresh. Trying to be a little bit lighter in my attitudes, a little bit lighter in how I perceive everything and my outlook. So I thought refresh would be a very nice word to capsulize that. Here are my goals for this year. They're very similar to last year's. If you saw my 2018 flip through, they're pretty much spot on the same. I broke them up into physical and personal categories this time. So physical goals, eat healthier, more protein, fewer carbs, of course, but you know how I love carbs, so I'm a pasta girl, I'm a potatoes girl, I'm a breads girl. I also like protein too. I love a good steak, so let's not count out a good steak. I want to exercise 3 to 5 times a week. So far, I'm doing pretty well with that. It's the first day of February when I'm filming this. Drinking 85 ounces or more of liquids, but preferably water. Personal goals: do more, get out of the house, explore, travel, see things, love more, be more open in my love, be more free with my love instead of just thinking about myself, just focus on others. And then share more, spend more time with friends. That's part of do more, love more. It all kind of is the same idea there. And then share more, obviously, with social media, do more with my YouTube channel, which I really only have maybe a handful of videos up, and I really want to change that this year. I've got many ideas to do for this year. So I'd like to blog a couple of times a month. That should be fairly simple if I'm blogging all the stuff that I'm reading in a month. Do more YouTube, Instagram stories, some kind of live recording at least once a month. So this month we're doing pretty well. And these are my reading goals. I know that's why you're really here. I've really upped my reading game in the past couple of years. Last year I read roughly 9,000, 10,000 pages, and I want to break that this year. My goal is still 30 books for this year. I read 29 last year. I didn't quite get that last book finished. This year I'm still gonna plan to read 30 books. I think this year will be the year of the audiobook because I love audiobooks. I love my library app. It is amazing. RB Digital. You can just search for your personal library. It connects, and it's actually the only app that I found that actually has my library. No one else has it because Florida is weird. So I was so excited when I finally found an app that my goal is to definitely read over 10,000 pages this year. I didn't finish anything on my Kindle last year, and I've got at least 50 books on there that I that I need to read. So my goal is to read at least 3 ebooks or some form of electronic book, preferably on my Kindle. Whether or not I use my app, I don't know. Some top books that I'm looking at reading, or top authors that I'm interested in reading for the first time or continuing reading their series. The Help, Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury. I've had this book on my shelf for at least 3 or 4 years, if not more. Agnes Grey by one of the Bronte sisters. I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen right here. Obsidio is the final book, hopefully, in the Illuminae series by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I'm super pumped about that. 2 books by Cassandra Clare. I have Lady Midnight and I have City of Bones. Those are my reading goals for 2019. I decided to do a movies page. I did a movies page last year. I did more of the ticker tape theme, kind of look like little movie stubs, which is super cute. And so this time I just decided to do a list, but I did a nice old style movie font. It looks okay, it looks alright. Looks different. I will include the date that I watched the movie. Hopefully I remember. Last year I was just writing the titles and my rating, and I didn't keep up with it at the end of the year. I got lazy, so hopefully maybe I will include a date this time. If you want me to do any movie reviews, or if there's a specific movie you want me to watch, feel free to list that in the comments below. I have a period tracker here. Here's my sleep tracker, and I just used the different highlighters that I had at work. I thought that would be easier than doing each color by the month, because then I'd have to look for a different thing every time. I just keep those in my stash. I thought I would do some goals for my bullet journaling. Since this is the start of my 2nd full year doing a bullet journal, I thought I would work on my fonts and my borders. I really want to start actually incorporating borders, including more doodles or quotes. Just step up my bullet journal game. I want to use washi tape, and I also have the pack of zebra liners. I definitely want to use more zebra liners this year. I bought a pack of the zebra mild liners, the 15 pack or 20 pack or something, because I saw Caitlin's Corner. She loves her mild liners, so I definitely want to try those out. And then these are my body goals. I'm not this weight, but I would like to be as close to that as possible. So this is my pages read by month. I have all the months listed here. I tried to make it look like a page. Didn't quite work, but you get the idea. So yeah, here's my months right here, and then I'll write in the number of pages that I've read. This is my novel news spread. It showcases which days of the month that I've read. And it'll be interesting to see whether I'm reading more on a weekend or whether I'm reading more depending on whatever month it is, you know, because I get busy. January 2019. I did a little bit of pastel snowflakes for January. And then this is my finished, completed sleep tracker. I wanted to kind of make them look like snowflakes, and then they just ended up turning into like big snow flurries or snowballs or whatever you want to think of them as. And this is my books read here. These are the 4 books. I'm almost halfway through Cress. So technically I only read 3 books for January, and I wanted it to look like you're in a cozy den and you're looking out the window and the snow is falling and it's just so cozy and warm. Leaves and Flakes. This is a breakdown of the books that I've read, what percentages, the dates, all that kind of stuff. This was just an interesting take. I wanted to break away from the traditional tracker that I used for probably most of last year, because I love lists. I'm super nerdy like that, and it's interesting. I could probably do different colors for the different book titles, and then for my books themselves, I like to do them on the same page where I didn't this time. Have them coordinating colors, that way you can see, oh, I read this book these days, this book these days, etc. I like how the title turned out. And my final quote of January is going to be my motto this year. And so, she decided to start living the life she'd imagined. So it just reminds me, don't just sit, do. Get out there. Don't just let life pass you by. Actually live it. Live it the way you want. It's your life. You only get one chance. So do it right. Alright guys, that's all of my 2019 and January bullet journal setup. Thanks for joining me in this video. All the products that I use for this will be listed in the description box below. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, any ideas for themes you want me to use in the coming year, or different ideas for how I can spice up my bullet journaling and take it to the next level, feel free to leave those also below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.